Hey everybody, just thought I'd like to say hello and let you have a chance to see my beautiful face and hopefully maybe clear up some ideas about how we're going to handle the school year from this point forward. I don't know anything more than you do as far as the schedule is concerned or whether we're coming back or what, but if I was a betting guy and you gave me some odds, I'd probably lay some money on the idea that we are going to finish the school year like this. So with that in mind, how are we going to finish? That's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. So first thing I'd like to take a look at is this document, which I will post onto the Schoology page. I want to go through our priorities. Our first priority is to review for the AP exam. Now, there's some controversy about what the AP exam is going to look like. I know I posted that AP College Board has given us the idea that there's going to be a 45-minute free response question section. And that's, I'm sure, still the case, but there's been some rumors that something else might be happening. Either way, on April 3rd, they're going to have a big conference call and a big decision about what it is that the AP exam is going to look like. Until then, we know that it's going to occur. We know that certain sections, units 7 through 9, which is basically 1900 to the present, have been cut from the exam, which leaves units 1 through 6 for us to deal with. And so my first priority is to review for those units. Now we're going to concentrate on FRQs because the exam is going to be in FRQ format this year, from what I understand. So I've already pushed a couple of FRQs, and I will be pushing more. Used a lot of them already to do those daily writing assignments that we started class with, but we're going to try to get as many FRQs in as we can. Please start expecting those, and please start checking the comments on Schoology about them so you can know, when I grade them, what it is that I think you could do to improve. So we're going to start pushing units 1 through 6 that way. Also, we're going to start reviewing for some material from units 1 and 6. Mostly I'm just talking about knowing what it is that's in the units, multiple choice questions and things like that. I found some packets that I will start pushing to you that we can talk about. I've put them in a new folder in the Schoology. Show you that real quickly. So right up here, this green AP review questions and materials folder. If you look at it, there is one of your assignments, and a short answer question on imperialism in Asia. And in this folder here, units 1 and 2, I've got some review packets in Adobe format so you can download them. These are not going to be gradable. They're just for you to start reviewing. And then this Miss Gorgeous has some YouTube videos that are extremely good. This is the lady that we watched the Christianity video of back in October. She's doing about 1/2 hour reviews of all the units, and so here's a link to her unit number 1. So that's the first thing to talk about. The other thing to talk about is this secure exam warning. I can no longer access some multiple choice questions from the AP Classroom to give to you like I would like to. You can see I get this exam warning when I try to bring up AP Classroom. I got to agree to it before I can move on. And if you read it, it says that I have the ability to give you as many free response questions on any devices, practice exams, distributed at any platform that I would like. However, if I want to give you multiple choice questions, I will have to use a lockdown browser. Now, the lockdown browser is basically a good download that I have to and you have to install on whatever device it is that you're going to use to access things, so that essentially you can only use that one browser. You can't, switch browsers and go looking for answers or taking screenshots. That's a pain in the butt, to be quite honest with you, and so I'm probably going to try to avoid as many multiple choice questions that I didn't personally write or come from the textbook as possible. That means that there's going to be some changes to the way we do assessment for each unit. So that's the first thing. Priority 1 is exam review. Concentrate on FRQs, both for grade and for review. We're going to start looking at the units through these packets and videos that we'll get links to. You can find them in the new folder. The exam warning, by the way, it does worry me that when you do the AP test, you're going to have yourself ready to go, not only on AP Classroom, but also have one of these downloaded. But we'll know more on April 3rd. The second priority is finishing the class. Just because it's not going to be on the AP review, or AP test rather, doesn't mean I don't think it's important material. So I think it's really important for us to get through at least World War II, if not the Cold War, which means essentially these chapters, plus remember chapter 26 that I assigned already. So we're going to do those, and we'll do them just as we've done before. Read the chapter, take the quiz, that kind of thing. I'm going to have to rely on some discussion boards in order to get any big idea discussions. The last discussion board, hey, great job. Problem was most of you wrote a lot, and I think in the future, I'm going to try to limit you to a number of characters, because what I'm looking for is a quick comment, quick question, and then everybody can read everybody's comments without having to read a novel. And we can somehow get like a discussion going. So so I'll work on that, and just keep in mind what I'm trying to do. I haven't made a decision about whether or not we're going to go back to the key concept notes pages. They're not going to be on the test for these chapters, so I'm not as worried about it. But I'll get a sense for how well the reading assignments are being read and how well things are going before I make a decision about whether or not we're going to go back to that. But for the moment, let's not. So here's the plan, guys. We're going to review units 1 through 6, and we're going to do that through FRQs, which I'm going to start pushing to you on Schoology maybe once a week, or once every 2-3 days, twice a week, 3 times maybe. I'll get you some packets, both of my creation, but probably a lot from other people's creation. There's a lot of them out there that I have access to that you can use on your own. We do need to have some kind of unit assessment for the imperialism unit, so kind of expect that in the near future. That will be modified because, really, number one, I don't have access to the multiple choice questions from AP Classroom, and number two, I recognize the challenges of the situation that you're under right now. But we do need to do something to tie a bow on the imperialism unit. We're going to work on new material by reading those chapters and taking the comprehension quizzes as normal, of course, crash courses. Lots of activities as best as I can adapt them. Boy, we were just getting ready to get into some fun stuff about, from films and things like that, and I can't push those films to you, but I'll try as best I can to adapt some of the better activities that we had coming. And I will use YouTube, just like this, to deliver any kind of big idea lectures that I feel like are necessary from this point forward. Continue to look at the distance learning plan on Schoology. I will update that, and I'll always tell you when I've updated it last, so you can know if you've got the most recent update. And I will also try to send a remind out every time I make an update. That's really about it. The secure exam thing, the review questions material, folder, and then of course just the plan in general. So I will post this along with the plan and post a link to this video that you're already watching. So I guess that was done. I would like everybody to say, hello to Princess Leia. We will probably no longer be able to turn in assignments to Princess Leia, and I'm very sad about that. Otherwise, I hope you are healthy. I hope you are happy, and good luck, and I'll talk to you soon.